Greetings, everyone. Adam here. um, so I just wanted to do this little vlog just for because there was some sad news today on this Veterans Day, which was Stanley, Stan the Man Lee, uh, had passed away in the morning after going to the hospital after ambulances were called, and I just want to say he has been, as you can see, you know, this is even most of the Marvel stuff I have, but um, he's been a big influence on me and just everything, especially for the last probably about 10 years, I would say. That's really when I started going hard into the comics and everything. And I always liked Marvel over DC better because of the stories and the characters. But just meeting the man, so I have some pictures here. uh, the first picture on the left is me, sick to all hell. Pretty much got it was like around my birthday, and Stanley was doing a signing at the Barnes and Noble at the Grove here in California, and my friend offered to take me, tag along pretty much, and pretty much he bought me the book because all he was doing was just signing the book of Stanley's How to Draw Comics, and that was the first signature I ever got from him. I still have it. That was a great experience because I actually got to talk to him a little bit. There's probably about 100 people, maybe 150 people there, and everyone pretty much got a full, at least a minute with him up there because, you got your book, you just put it up there. He'll ask you, where you want to have it signed, how you doing, how's everything going. Pretty much everyone got like their own little thing he talked about. With me, the most amazing thing about it was that after he signed, he said, "Wow, that signature's so perfect. I kind of want to keep it for myself." And like the dork I am, I said, "Don't worry, sir. I'll protect it like if it was my own child." And I still do have it. I have the book. Um, it's back on my shelf behind me, all tucked away with all my other little random trade backs and everything. But yeah, man, that day I was sick as hell. You could kind of see I'm pretty pale, and I got my jacket and everything, and I felt so much better pretty much after. I just forgot I was sick and just yeah, man, like I felt so much better just going there, and it was a really great experience. I'm really thankful to my friend for taking me, and that was 8 years ago, back in 2010. The picture in the middle is actually probably one of the coolest things I ever got signed by him, which is, for one thing, later on when he was doing signings, probably in the last 5 years, they got really picky about taking pictures in front of him, which the picture I have right here in the middle is of him at Frankenson's about 5 years ago, I would say, 5, 6, yeah, about 5 years ago. Um, I had thought of the idea of something special to get signed. This was the first thing I paid to get signed from him because the other one was a gift from my friend. This one was my birth comic from Marvel, which was Amazing Spider-Man number 275, double issue, Return of the Hobgoblin, Black Suit Spider-Man. To say the least, I got lucky with something good because my friend kind of didn't quite get something that's good, but man, like I managed to, because when he's there, he's just signing. It's just a machine. It's just quick, 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 in, in and out. Just, his head down, just focusing. And it was nice because I pretty much stood in line for good 5 hours. There's probably 2,000 people, getting signatures. We probably did about 10,000 signatures that day. Um, but he was there all day from morning to I'm sure in the afternoon. Took I think probably one break for like half an hour and then went back out there and got back to it. Plus he had photo ops and meet and greets and stuff like that. So it was impressive that a man, around 90, I believe, I think he was 90, 91 maybe even, um, doing all this for us. And we suffer, of course, standing in line, but man, he's working away for us, and that was great. Um, that's probably my best thing I've ever had signed from him. It's very sentimental because it is the comic that came out. It is a creation that he helped create that pretty much launched Marvel. Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. It's even a collectible item. It's a double issue black suit. Return of a somewhat major, villain for Spider-Man, the Hobgoblin. I mean, everything just worked out so perfectly. I didn't get it graded or nothing because every now and then I flip through it. Um, but yeah, that was great. And then one of the last things I got signed, which is you can see on the third picture on the right, that is a poster from one of the manga artists. If you know manga art, it's really amazing art that they do. But they have many different artists, and one of the artists called Raid 71. First name Chris, I think it's Thornley or something like that. Sorry if I forget the last name. I know the first name's Chris, but if you search Raid 71, you'll find them. But this print was limited to 50. I also have a black and white version which is limited to 10, which is also signed. But the best thing about this poster is when I went to go get it signed, I had two posters. I had them back to back. I had them, in the frames without the glass. So it was just easy to sign, easy to carry them around. And up until probably, as I'm prepping my posters to, I had them tied together. I'm untying them, getting ready to put them on the, table so they could slide them in front. And everyone, once they saw them, they're like, whoa, it's pretty cool. Because it has all the early creations that he helped create. The Thor, the Silver Surfer, the Galactus, the Hulk. There's Fantastic Four. There's the X-Men. There's Captain America, of course. It's just his most popular creations, Spider-Man and stuff. And everyone got a kick out of it. I mean, granted, yeah, it's a limited run. It's a very great print. It's a decent size too. It's 24 by 18, I believe. And the best thing about it was, as he was starting to sign one, he looked at it for a second time, because you gotta remember, this guy looks at so many memorabilia stuff, comics, collectibles, statues, books. There was a guy there that same day. He had uh pretty much a varsity Spider-Man jacket, high school varsity, like, you know, jacket, but it was Spider-Man themed. That I don't know where he got that from, but it was vintage from like 1990s. Like, it was pretty cool to see that. I mean, I thought he had the coolest thing there, but once people saw this, and when he saw this slide in front of him, he stopped. He admired it. He looked up at me and said, "Well, did you make this?" For a second, I thought I wanted to take credit, but I mean, it's just too amazing. I mean, he's like, well, I thought this was just a, picture of him, like a style. But then he saw the faces and he saw each character. And the first one he saw was the black and white version. That's why he thought it was, just his face. But then he saw the faces. And then I showed him the colored one, and he was amazed by this. I mean, I stopped the line for like a good 3 to 4 minutes, because they're taking pictures of it. They're taking pictures with him with it. He's asking about it, the artist and stuff. They're admiring it pretty much. I mean, I brought them something. I brought him something that he admires, that he would probably want, and I even thought about giving it to him, but I knew this was something I'm definitely gonna keep. This is something I'm gonna have, probably for the rest of my life. This is something that's very valuable, and you know, as much as I would love to give him something that he would truly treasure, I mean, granted, besides him seeing it, of course, I'm sure he kept it, in his mind and stuff, but just the fact that I brought him something that, he's seen millions, if not billions, of items slide in front of him to get signed. He stops and admires, what I brought him, which, I mean, that was awesome. I mean, that was great, honestly. That was, oh, it felt so awesome. Um, on one of the posters, I think it's the black and white one, because, like I said, that's the first one he saw. There's actual extra little Sharpie pen dot on there because, like I said, when he was gonna sign, but then he stopped, but then he grabbed the sides of it to look at it more, and the Sharpie touched the picture a little bit, so there's an extra little mark from him. And then he signed it afterwards, and it was just awesome. I felt like the king of nerd that day because of what I brought him, and it was just great, man. I just felt so honored, pretty much, for the fact that, you know, like I said, I brought to him something he liked, something he admired, something he thought was amazing, and you know, made him stop, made him appreciate it, made me appreciate, he's still, he, he still loves us, and we love him. But yeah, man, like I have probably a dozen things signed from him. A handful of them I actually bought secondhand comics and stuff like that. But most of them I got signed myself, and it just feels more. Um, it feels so much more worth it when you actually go to these conventions or these signings to get your stuff signed, and you waited, you stand around, you make friends with all the other people online, you have fun, you talk, it's just a complete different experience. Um, and luckily, I've had some great experiences with him. Like I said, the Barnes and Noble was probably one of the greatest because I actually got to talk to him. He's such a kind man, um, very humble. Very grateful for everything that we've helped him create. Just all the fame, all the fortune, everything that came from him creating comics for us. Um, it's just amazing. Uh, and uh, that's all we can say. Thank you, Stanley. You're the best, and always will be.